Hi, I'm Simeon Robson, and this is just the basics. This is the 7th video of the series that I've done so far, and in this one we're going to be looking at a couple of existing bass lines just to teach you how to play those in case you wanted to learn them, just so you could see how they're played, because there's tabs and sheet music out there, but if you can't read sheet music and you're not familiar with tabs or you can't find any accurate tabs, or if it just helps you to learn by watching someone play it, then it can be a good idea. So I'll show you a couple of things in this. Last time we looked at some backing tracks, 12 bar blues and Latin, so if you haven't seen those, check them out. Those videos are up for you to play along to if you want to. And before that we've been looking at simple things like how to tune the bass, warm-up exercises as well, which are very important. You need to do those all the time, whenever you can. Definitely before you play in a gig or before you practice. That's really handy, and just a quick look at the scales and things like that. So if you've missed any of those, just feel free to check them out. But to start off with, a very iconic bass line. Everyone should probably know of it. Not necessarily know how to play it, but at least know what it is. Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. It's pretty much the same all the way through, but it starts off the song, and it's a very iconic sort of sound that they've got to it. Everyone knows what it sounds like. So this is what it is. It's hopefully you've all heard that before. You should all know that's what that is. So playing it, it's quite a simple bass line. So you want to start. It's on the 7th fret on the A string, which is an E. And you just play from that. So you play that twice. The second one sort of more muted, like straight away. So, and then you go up to the 10th fret, back down again to the 7th fret. So just play that. Just practice that. Sorry. So that's back. So that down from there. You hit the 5th fret, then the 3rd fret. So the whole thing is. So that second part after you've got. So it's a quick change from the 5th fret to the 3rd fret, and then the whole 3rd and the 2nd. So. And add those two together. And that just gets played pretty much throughout the whole song. It's certain parts it does a little bit extra. And all that is instead of going straight down from the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret, you go back up to the 5th fret and then down. So very simple. And then for the part before the at the end of the chorus, it's 3rd fret on the G string, which is just 3rd fret on the E string, which is a G, and then it went A. And that's pretty much it. Quite a simple bass line, but it's one that it's great to learn. It's just good for practicing. It's quite a nice bass line. It's quite it's all the way through the song, really. Obviously, if you listen to the song itself, you'll hear the exactly how many times it should be played and everything. But that's just basically how to play it. So the next thing is going to be ABC by the Jackson 5, which is a more tricky bass line, but there's a trick to it which I'll show you, which really helps if you know your scales. So there is a video showing you your scales. So the start of that one is Now that sounds really complicated, but there is a trick to it, as I say. The start of it is you start on the 5th fret on the A string, and you go up to the 7th fret on the A string. So we start the slide there, and then you play the 3rd fret on the E string. You play that twice, and then after the 2nd time you add in it's an octave, so it's the 5th fret on the G string. Sorry, on the D string. You play that 4 times, and then you so if you've got that, so it's the slide there. So 3rd fret on the E string, 5th fret on the D string, and then it goes so that is the 3rd fret on the E string up to the 5th fret on the E string and the 2nd fret on the A string, and you play that twice. Then the 3rd time so you want to go up from the 2nd fret on the A string. You do the same pattern but on the next string up, so it's 3rd, 5th, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 2nd. Okay? So you're just playing the same thing, exactly the same, but on the next strings up. And then after that, it's the 5th fret on the D string. Sorry. 5th fret, 4th fret, 2nd fret. So 5th, 4th, 2nd, and then back to the A string, 3rd, 5th, 3rd on the E string. So and all of this is basically, it's a major scale. You just the placement of the notes is slightly different. You miss out the second last note of the major scale when you're running up. So you miss that one out and you go at that one, but then come back to that. So all the notes are within the major scale, so if your fingers are used to playing the major scale, they should know exactly where to be. And then just on the way back down, you just need to remember it's the 3rd fret, 5th fret, and then the 3rd fret. So and then from that part, so you've got, well, play it from the start, so what we've got so far. That's what we've got so far, and then from there it goes. Sorry. So that's just kind of continue on with the major scale, but a bit higher up. So you've got. So that's the 5th fret on the D string, and then the 2nd fret on the G string, and then the 4th fret on the G string as well. Then back down to the A string, so, which is the 2nd and 3rd fret. 5th fret, 5th fret, 2nd fret, 4th fret. So then you just play that twice, and then again. And that's the same pattern coming back down from the earlier bit, but with the 2nd fret in as well. So instead of you add that 2nd fret in. So okay, so it's quite simple. Well, I say quite simple. It's not quite simple, but it's the same as it was before, just with a little bit extra. So the whole thing would be, we'll go back from the start again. So. And then it just kind of, you'll have to listen to the song to get the sort of the pattern of it, but that's basically how the song goes. There's a little bridge in it, which is just kind of like a just holding the 5th fret on the D string. So that's how to play that. Just stick with your major scale, you can't go wrong. Good luck with learning that if you want to. It's a classic Motown bass track, but it just shows you, even though things look complicated, they can be broken down to be a bit more simple if you think of it just in terms of the scales. And if you haven't learned those, there is a video that will teach you those. So I would recommend probably learning the scales first and then trying to come back to this once you've learned them, because then you'll know exactly what to be playing. So I hope I haven't gone over that too fast for you. And I hope you've managed to learn 2 great bass lines there. Thanks very much. Thanks for watching.